What's up, Key Issues? Garrick here, and today we're going to be doing another Infinity War video, so remember to like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications if you want to get all the latest in Infinity War and comic book stuff from us. So, Infinity War was insane. There are so many great moments, from the Guardians of the Galaxy to Iron Man to Doctor Strange to Thanos himself, of course, and Thor, obviously. But you know who really didn't get his due in this movie? The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk. Hero, monster, world breaker, smasher of puny gods. These and more could be used to describe the big green gamma-powered Goliath that we've seen crash onto the scene in Marvel's Cinematic Universe. For nearly 10 years now, the Jade Giant has smashed his way through friends and foes alike, pummeling gods, monsters, aliens, and even a few heroes who stumbled onto his path. And while some of these foes may have given the Hulk a challenge, none of them have truly defeated him at his strongest. None of them, that is, until Thanos. Avengers Infinity War opens where Thor Ragnarok leaves off. A drifting, derelict Asgardian spaceship sending out a cry for help, as Thanos and his Black Order lay waste to everyone inside in search of the Space Stone. Thor, whose powers were at their peak in Ragnarok, lies in a ruined, bloody heap at Thanos' feet, while Loki cowers before the Black Order. After a bold exchange of words in which Loki gives up the space gem-infused Tesseract, Loki smiles victoriously at Thor and declares that the sun will shine on the two brothers. After all, they do have a Hulk. And while the great green giant does come crashing into Thanos in the moment, full of rage and fury over the fallen Asgardians he sees all around him, that moment quickly turns sour as Thanos not only gains the upper hand against the Hulk, but beats him savagely and without any real effort at all. The Hulk is, in short order, disposed of, beaten so terribly by Thanos, in fact, that in his dying moments, Heimdall was forced to use his connection to the Asgardian Bifrost to send the Hulk back to Earth, and from that point on, well, I'm sure you guys haven't forgotten. The Hulk was so terrified, he cowered within Bruce Banner and refused to come out for the rest of the movie. But why exactly? What kept the Hulk from coming back with a rage-fueled vengeance? Why did the Jade Giant refuse to fight, even against the significantly weaker Black Order and the other forces of Thanos? Why? Well, hold on and I'll tell you. Since he first debuted in 2008's The Incredible Hulk, Bruce Banner and his alter ego have undergone quite a few changes. From uncontrollable side effect gone wrong to a force Bruce Banner was capable of unleashing almost at will in the Avengers to where we are now. We have seen the Hulk grow from a primal force of nature, all rage and fury personified, and now he's something far more human. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Bruce Banner is the human, Garrick, and the Hulk is the monster, and well, you're not wrong. But over the course of these films, the Hulk has gained a whole other range of emotions. While we don't necessarily get to see these changes happen, we know what causes them. During Thor Ragnarok, the Hulk spends his 2 full years on Sakaar in full control of his body, no longer trapped within the puny human Bruce Banner. He's finally given the chance to grow and develop naturally as his own person, his own entity, however big and green that may be. Suddenly, we see a Hulk who not only expresses pure rage and anger, but jealousy and frustration, who has real wants and needs and even learns to communicate, however childishly. And that's just it. That's what we've seen from the Hulk. He's grown, but think about it. With how rarely Banner let the Hulk out before Ragnarok, the big green oaf really didn't have much more than his time on Sakaar to develop. In fact, during an interview with Cinema Blend, Mark Ruffalo even referred to the Hulk as a 5 or a 6-year-old. And he went on to say he has the same worldview as somebody who is a 5 or 6 year old, a child. Love it or hate it, the Hulk is literally a big green toddler. So now that we've established the change in the Hulk's personality, let's look at why our big green monster decided to spend almost all of Infinity War in hiding. So this one's a bit more simple. Guys and girls, this is the first time the Hulk has ever lost, truly. That he's ever been embarrassed. That he's ever failed his friends. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, wait a minute, Garrick, didn't the Hulk lose to Iron Man in Age of Ultron? Well, yeah, he did, and no, he didn't. First, you have to remember that the Hulk wasn't in his right mind at that point. His thoughts and emotions had been poisoned by Scarlet Witch, and he fought without reason or purpose at that time. Second, the Hulk never really loses, technically. In the final moments of that confrontation between Iron Man's Hulkbuster armor and the Hulk, we see the Hulk begin to shake off Scarlet Witch's power, and as he does, he becomes confused, weakened, and the most important point, less angry. In these moments, as the Hulk's power is kind of weakening and his confusion sets in, Iron Man catches him with one last thunderous punch, and the screen goes black. Call it a loss, call it a draw, call it whatever you want, but the Hulk wasn't really in that fight to begin with. And he clearly had the upper hand until his rage dwindled and he came to his senses, even if his rage did start to suddenly spike right there at the end before the punch. But this isn't the case with Thanos. On the Asgardian spaceship, not only did the Hulk come in swinging, full of anger and fresh out of Ragnarok, he even caught Thanos by surprise, giving him the opportunity to get in a series of huge haymakers, pummeling the purple guy into a wall and viciously smashing him. And Thanos doesn't even bleed. Instead, he quickly turns the tables on the Hulk, and within seconds has beaten the beast nearly to death. Although Thanos had the Power Stone at the time, we really can't be certain he even had to use it. Regardless, the Hulk was just subjected to a beatdown, the likes of which he's only ever been on the delivering end of. He failed his friends, he lost when he was arguably needed most, and he's encountered a problem that punching doesn't seem to solve. Oh, and now his best friend, Thor's brother, is dead. And it's all the Hulk's fault. This big green baby has just felt real pain and real loss for the first time. And as with any 5 or 6 year old, he just doesn't have the emotional maturity to deal with it. The Hulk is sulking in a corner, afraid that he'll be beaten again, and probably afraid that his friends will be disappointed in him. A real sad state of affairs for the strongest there is. Well, the strongest there was, anyway. So where do we go from here? The Incredible Hulk is in hiding and so terrified that he won't even come out to face villains that the likes of Black Widow can physically overpower. Well, have no fear, comic fans, the Jade Giant will be back. Sure, he's a little shaken up right now, but this creates an opportunity for Bruce Banner and the Hulk to have a dialogue. The Hulk may not have been human for very long, but Bruce has a lifetime of experience in that matter. He's lived with a monster inside of him for a decade now and certainly knows what it's like to feel lost and afraid. I suspect Avengers 4 will see these two bond at a pretty personal level, and without Bruce's fear of the Hulk going rogue and the Hulk's hatred of the puny Banner who's been holding him back, we may finally get to see the Hulk come back fully unleashed, maybe even to world breaker levels. And if the Hulk finds out that Valkyrie, his big crush from Thor Ragnarok, is hurt or missing, trust me when I say Thanos won't have a good time in round 2. And if you're looking for a fun example of what happens when the Hulk's loved ones get hurt, check out Greg Pak's World War Hulk. So that's it for me, guys. I hope I shed some light on the entire Hulk situation and why he may have been afraid to come out during Avengers Infinity War. Again, remember to like and subscribe if you did like this video. It does really help us out. Also, remember the motto, it's comics over everything, and I'll see you guys next time.